Hey everybody, for those who don't know me, my name's Noah Thompson and Pastor Andrew asked me to do a message recap for this week. So I just kind of want to share some of my thoughts on what I'm feeling about this message and kind of how it's impacted me, because this definitely hits home for me. I think from a young age, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to school for engineering. My guidance counselors directed me towards that, and I found a lot of my identity in my grades and who the people were around me. That being said, when I moved away to Guelph for my first year of school, when I went to for engineering school, I found a lot of those things changed. I wasn't getting good grades anymore. The support group I had around me, my friend group, kind of changed, and not because they changed necessarily, but just because of our living situations weren't together anymore. And I was really struggling with the adjustments to that. And I felt like I was praying and reaching out to God and saying, like, I just need your help. Why aren't you helping me? And I think a lot of it was because God was trying to teach me something in that moment, to trust in Him, to get my hope from Him, to find my honestly my faith, because in that time in my life it was more of a, I'll go to church on Sundays, and I felt like I lived a pretty good life, but I didn't really live a life for Christ. I wasn't diving into my Bible daily. I wasn't living, that kind of life where I was putting God first in every situation. And I think a big thing happened in my life, and I will remember this moment forever. It was just this one Sunday near the end of my first year, and I was going through some struggles in my first year, and I went to church, and I bumped into this guy that I had known through engineering, but we never really gotten close. And he said, "Hey Noah, what are your plans for living next year?" And I just said, "Oh, I don't have any yet. I might live with my current roommates," and they weren't Christian, but this guy was. And he said, "Well, let me know, and we'd love to have you live with us, a group of guys." And I remember that moment so clearly, because it was that day that I went home and talked about it, and my current roommates saying, "Hey, we're gonna live here," and I didn't want to live with those people. And so I called that guy back up and I said, "Hey, if there's any room, I'd love to take it." And honestly, that was the changing moment of my life. That was kind of the waiting moment I was looking for. Moving in with those guys was really something that changed my life. I learned how to love God and to pursue God on my everyday. And although things are still tough sometimes, school wasn't easy, but as Mark said, like, you can't just ask for something to be done. You can't just pray to God and be like, "Hey God, help me," and not put the work in. I had to put the work in. I had to work hard, and I had to, do the preparation. It's not about necessarily about the product, but it is about the process. That's important. It's kind of funny because I this was a big verse for me, and it's, Mark shared Romans 8:25, but then if we go down a couple verses later to Romans 8:28, it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good for those who love Him, who have been called according to His purposes." And I just want to encourage you, wherever you are, whatever your situation is, God's always going to be on your side. And sometimes waiting is hard. I know that, and I may not be in the same situation as you, but I can just attest to the faithfulness of God, the goodness of God, that if you wait, you can truly just find peace and find love from the Father who, just is looking for you every day. If we talk about the product, yeah, I have my degree. It's hanging up on the wall back there for engineering. Sure, I have my bachelor's degree, but what was the process? What got me there? I learned hard work. I learned determination. I learned how to dig into God and His word and what He says about me. And I learned how to find my identity in somebody whose idea of me will never change, because I'm a son of His and He loves me. So I know this is tough. I know we're waiting through quarantine, and we're going through a lot right now. But I just want to encourage you, like, wherever you are, the process is worth it. It may be hard, it may be tough, but you're going to become such a better person from whatever you're going through. The process really is important. The product, it's rewarding. You get it, but the process, it just builds so much in you. So I just want to, speak God's love over you, and just ask God to teach you how to just dig into Him and just say, "God, I know this is tough, but I want to give you my everything, and I want to give you my life." And honestly, it's the best decision you can ever make. So I just encourage you to stay, just to do that. Press in when it gets tough, when the going gets tough. I pray for you guys. I hope that you guys are staying safe, that the quarantine's going well. Just stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.